Kimberly Nelson here, head of philanthropy, and I have been dancing along with that video.
How fun!
Aren't they great?
Oh,
our wonderful scholars.
That was great. Yeah.
So aren't we proud of them?
Very proud of them. What a great ceremony and celebration.
The ceremony
of their
was
success.
just terrific.
Oh, thank you. Well, a lot of hands.
That's a lot to put together.
Behind the scenes, putting things together.
Yes.
I know Channel 6 did tape it.
Yes.
And they're going to re-air it as a special program in July. So
in July.
So look for that as a special.
For those who didn't get to go to it.
Yes. Well, there's so much going on
many
around
things going
here.
on that night.
It's hard to, find space to plug it all in.
Yeah.
So we couldn't do it in June because the schedule was already
Right.
booked from things earlier in the year.
Uh-huh.
So it'll be coming out in July. So
Good.
just look for that. But I do have in our office, and I'll, let's see, I'll hold this steady so maybe we can just get a zoom in so that folks know. I'll see if I'm at the right camera, I'm not sure. So this is the program from the Scholars Awards ceremony. And inside there's lots of information about the students, the names, our donor list, of course. And these are available in the philanthropy office, but also we're putting small stacks of them at the front desk. And then what is sort of even more exciting is a second publication, and these are letters written by our scholars.
Those letters are wonderful. They are gems.
Yeah.
And it takes a while to read them, but it
does.
It's a good book.
Yes, it is.
A
And
good
so
read.
this is written, these are all from the scholars that you just saw in the video. And so it really is just a nice celebration of education, of our students, sort of how they've grown here at Green Spring through their
And
work
if you've never
experience.
read these, it's a personal letter written by each scholar.
Yes, a personal thank you from each scholar to the residents of Green Spring. And so I would encourage you, if you haven't seen it, to either pick one up in our office, to call Molly at the 604-3142 philanthropy number. Ask her to put one in your cubby, and she'll get that in your cubby. And there are a few that we're putting by the mailboxes.
I've seen some at the front desk.
Or at the front desk. Depends where and what was available.
Right.
So there are a few. You're more than welcome to pick them up, share one with your neighbor. But I just asked Molly where our numbers are. So we're at $260,000 in annual giving for our students.
Good.
For the scholarship, which is lovely. We encourage residents, if they haven't made a gift to education, would like to, they can still write a check, because obviously we still have scholarships to fund.
But let me clarify, just for those who may not be aware.
Sure.
We went to the scholarship, to the ceremony. We didn't just hand these kids a $10,000 check.
No, we did not.
Tell me how that works.
Okay, so how it works is, I'm definitely that strong mother hen gatekeeper. Which is really an important role when it comes to scholarships. So they have up to a $10,000 scholarship. It is payable by full-time semester over the course of 8 semesters, which is traditionally 4 years. So they must be enrolled full-time.
Full-time.
And then so if they're enrolled full-time, let's just say with this upcoming fall, they will give us their schedule showing full-time 12 credits or more. We will send $1,250, so 1/8 of that $10,000 amount, to the college or university directly, indicating it can be used for tuition, books, lab fees.
Okay.
School activity fees related to education. It's not for room and board. It's not for their social calendar. And then at the end of the semester, the student has to give us a copy of their grades to verify and validate that the 12 credits were completed. And if they aren't completed, then they will forfeit a semester the next year because we've prepaid. Do you understand?
Did they have to be completed at a certain grade point hour?
So when it comes to college, we do not mandate a grade point because the colleges typically do that, depending on their field of study. Some fields of study require if you're in the nursing school, they require certain GPAs or standards. So we do not. However, if the grades come back and they're not a C or better, they do get the mama hen Kimberly talk.
That's good. That's good. I'm glad that Kimberly is there on the job.
They do. And if I'm not here, Molly sort of knows what to do. So we do sort of give them that look like, what happened? Wait, this isn't like you. And so then they feel bad, feel guilty, and we give them you need to make us proud. The residents are counting on you. But I will tell you, for the most part, unless they're having a hiccup with a class, our students really do very well. And if you were at the Scholars Award ceremony, one of our former scholars, Myra Cruz, was there.
That was a wonderful talk that she gave.
And so that was
tell us a little bit about what she said that night.
So she was just really so thankful and appreciative of the scholarship because she just graduated from George Mason, and how it's helping her pursue her dreams and what she wants to do and different things she wants to pursue.
And she's going on to graduate school?
Graduate school, and just how it's been a stepping stone for her. And that is really exciting to know that the Greenspring family was really part of that and how she really appreciates that.
Now, of all of the scholarships that we have given over the years, what percentage of those students have completed their 4-year degree?
So 9 out of 10 complete.
About 90%. That's huge.
It's
huge.
And I think the reason that is because the committee is very particular at the front end with sort of, this is what you need to do to qualify for this. And we are very clear keeping up with it. Once in a while, a student may take a semester off because they're going to save money. They may do 2 years, for example, at Nova, and then take a break for a semester and then go on to a 4-year school, which is fine. We do see that, but they do complete. And so that is really exciting. Once a student starts the program, most of the time they are completing it.
That's just
If they don't start it, that's a different story. We do have a handful that may not always start.
That's
something
interesting.
Changes in their life, something with their plan changes.
And that happens.
There is a handful, but once they start and commit to the program, they really are very strong about completing it, which is a nice celebration for Greenspring.
It certainly is.
So we're really excited, and if residents are interested in the program, then please come by and see us, and we'll be happy to talk about it.
Excellent.
It's very exciting. But today we have something else very exciting.
You brought a whole pile of stuff.
I did bring a pile of stuff. Today, this afternoon at 1:30, we have a program. I'm very passionate about fraud prevention. I feel like we are victims and they're thinking of everything possible to scam you, and you can see on the screen we have a U.S. Postal Inspector coming today to talk about scams that come in the mail. And so
wonderful.
You may not always think of that, but it's interesting, when the screen comes back in and they can sort of look at this pile of papers on the table here. These are all scams that have come in to Greenspring residents, and the residents have come down to our office to say, I don't think this is legit.
Wow.
And this is just a small snippet.
These are just the ones somebody's told you about.
Told me
These
about.
These aren't the ones that have gone into the recycle
no.
bin.
And so it's anything from, I just had to bring anything from, well, and one of these actually is even an email, tax refunds to collection notices for Sprint. Well, we don't have Sprint here, but here someone gets a tax collection notice for $1,000 for Sprint, but comes in the mail. And different you know, financial records that are with a check attached, and
that looks very
that
official.
looks very official from a life insurance company. Here, I'm going to just hide the name, but it looks very official. But maybe they can sort of
So if
zoom
I
in a
get
little.
something like this in the mail and I'm not sure, can I bring it down to your office?
You can bring it down to our office, and because we don't want you to get accidentally hooked. And a lot of times too, they seem like they're charities, or here's one that's that is like a little notice on a card that says reward, you won something. But again, these are all things that are
somebody wanting your money.
somebody wanting your money. They're not so official. So
you have a gentleman coming, or a ladies, whomever, someone's coming today to
Yep.
speak.
So he's coming today to speak about scams related to things that come in the mail.
And this is what time?
It's today at 1:30. It's in the Akatink room here in Village Square. If you are available to come down, please do. Bring a neighbor. It's free. We usually try to have him come about once a year.
Excellent.
So if you miss it this year, we can get you next time. But scams are really a hot topic. And then we also have, for those who come to the program, you'll get a little giveaway from the Philanthropy Committee called Tips to Prevent Fraud. And on the back of this bookmark, it talks about things related to healthcare insurance fraud, reverse mortgages that you may start to get because they may not realize this is more of an apartment living, telemarketing, charity scams. You know, someone getting something in the mail or on the phone saying they're from a charity that maybe
sounds great.
It sounds good. Maybe it's with children, but you haven't really given to that charity before. But they sort of tug at your heartstrings, either in the letter or on the phone. And how do you know if it's real or not? And so if you're not sure before
When in
giving,
doubt,
don't, you know, come down to us. We can help research something online to see if it looks legitimate.
That's a good
see your
idea.
social worker.
Good idea.
Call family. It's just more about awareness. So we hope you can join us today.
1:30 in the Akatink room.
Yes,
Come and learn.
And then, of course, I know we're running quick on
Oh,
time.
we're out of time.
Oh, JG Jewelry comes back in July.
Okay.
It'll be on the scroll. Sign-ups as usual. And if you have any questions, please just come see us in Philanthropy.
Sounds good. You do
Thank
a lot
you.
of good stuff for us.
Thank you so much.
Thanks so much. Good to see you.
Happy to be here.
Oh.